Going on with your forecast here. Live look outside our Indeed domain camera showing Q2 Stadium. No fog out there. We do have a little bit of cloud cover up top, but current temperature 72. Our temperatures a little cooler than where we were yesterday in most places, but the biggest difference comes with the humidity. These dew points are in the 40s and 50s. We're kind of in the middle of the scale here, whereas the last several mornings we were on the high end of things. We were looking at dew points in the 70s, which is almost tropical. That has been put on pause, but unfortunately we start to flip that trend around today with a little bit more of an east-southeast flow. Highs in the 90s. That matches where we were yesterday. Yesterday topped out at 96. Today I think we'll do the same. A mix of sun and clouds, but still more sunshine than cloud cover for most of the day here. I'm not expecting anywhere in the way of storm chances. I think we put those on pause for the next couple of days as well. But the high temperatures are going to be above average everywhere you look. Highs in the low to mid 90s from Mason to Fayette County. Everybody hot, not necessarily looking at too much of a pronounced heat index yet. That becomes more of a story later in the week, but you're noticing your humidity values this afternoon still quite comfortable, but then the humidity surges back in as we get into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, all the way through the weekend, we are going to be looking at noticeable humidity. So the mountains here show you the mornings, the valleys show you the afternoon. So we're pretty much going to be flirting with humid to very humid conditions over the next several days after today. Let's talk about our next rain chance. Could come as early as tomorrow for some of us. Few isolated storms possible as we get into the afternoon, early evening for your Thursday. There's also the chance of seeing a couple of storms that are firing north of us hold together long enough to reach our area. I do think this is a little overdone as far as coverage goes, but we're going to keep in a 20% chance of some isolated storms beginning tomorrow afternoon through the overnight hours. But still, it's 20%, meaning the majority of us will not see rain. I do anticipate a better chance of storms and showers coming in as we get towards the back end of the weekend and the holiday on Monday for your Memorial Day. Here's what that looks like. Putting this into motion here Sunday afternoon, evening, you can see some unsettled weather around central Texas, but more likely to see that with a cold front coming through on Monday. We're sort of trending towards scattered to widespread storms and showers. I'm not going to go with, a washout forecast yet, but we're already outlooked for some flooding concerns on Sunday, and this is likely to carry into Monday. That said, 7-day forecast shows highs in the upper 90s next 4 days. Low chance of rain Thursday, otherwise a mix of sun and clouds. Things get a little bit more interesting as we get towards Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Rain chances looking a little bit more promising. Temperatures also a talker as we put a pause on these 90s and go to the 80s on Monday and Tuesday. We know that for some, Memorial, the unofficial start of summer, so we've got you covered. The First Warning Weather Team has put together a forecast as to what we think our summer is going to look like when it comes to the heat, the drought conditions, and the water situation. You can watch that this week. That's coming up on KXAN News at 6 p.m. on Thursday.